Hi, welcome back to another episode of Queens with an Opinion.
I'm emotionally exhausted, Natalie Vega.
And I am your funny gluten girl, Conchita Bimbo. Ooh.
And on this episode, we will be reviewing episode 2. Everything from the looks to what we thought of this episode.
And a friendly reminder, these are just our opinions, and we're just criticizing on what we see on TV and on the outfits, not on the personality. No hate to anyone. Okay, thank you.
If you don't agree with anything we say, that's your opinion, and you're entitled to it. Who am I to disagree with you? Who are you to disagree with me? Let's just, have fun here. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so all the girls had a total of 3 looks this episode. Starting off
4,
with,
actually. Are you thinking about the little performance one?
Yeah, we shouldn't discuss them. I don't think we should discuss them.
They were still... Yeah, okay. That's true.
Okay, so there was a total of 4 looks, but you will only be discussing the 3 looks. Everything from the 2 runway looks that they demonstrated in the mini fashion show, and of course the final look that they showed on the actual runway. So we'll start off with Gottmik, and she started off with
her daytime ladylike daytime look.
What did you think of the look?
It was beautiful. I was actually very surprised that she didn't go with her signature white makeup, and so I was actually very pleased because I think that's one of the things people were scared of, that she just had a one face, but she's showing that she can do.
Yeah, she's showing versatility right off the bat. So she came out guns a-blazing. She went with the literal interpretation of a daytime look. She was the actual day, and in general, the look was everything from the actual look to the wig to the makeup.
It was beautiful.
You couldn't clock it. Her second look was
the vampy
nighttime look. What did you think of it?
It was really good, very good. It was a whole different side of what it was. The first look, it was just very kind of goth, kind of like she'll suck your blood. Wiccan, you call them?
Yeah, definitely very witchy. In general, I thought she was gonna go with like a moon look since she came out originally looking like the sun. So I thought she was gonna go really literal and go with the moon, but she didn't. I thought in general the look was kind of on the simpler side, but simple can be very good. In this case, she pulled it off perfectly. Yes. She was showing off.
She does very good small details.
Yeah, I like really like the nipple pasty, showing one part of her chest and then showing the other part being covered. In general, it was a look that could have been seen on the runway and just been amazing as well too. What did you think of her lame look?
It was everything. I just loved it. She just came to destroy the girls in the runway. She said, "I'm here to show y'all that I am the fashion girl, and y'all cannot hold it light to me."
Yeah, definitely. I think she came to demonstrate that she is one of the fashion girls this season. I think she looked amazing. And did you remember the movie Shrek? She kind of looked like the egg from Shrek. You don't remember? Okay, I will post it up there in a second.
I was thinking Alexander McQueen vibes.
Oh no, it was definitely high couture. It was amazing. I loved it. You couldn't clock it. She looked like a Power Ranger to me. She looked like a Power Ranger.
The gold one.
The gold.
It was a gold Power Ranger.
Yeah. So in general, all 3 looks were amazing. They were cohesive. They were top notch. You couldn't clock any of those looks.
If she would have done better in her performance, she would have been top 2.
Yeah. What do you think of that performance?
It was her lyrics were very short. It started and then ended really quick, and then you just kind of forgot about her.
Yeah, definitely. Her verse, pretty much let us know that one, she was born as a woman. I wonder who told her she couldn't do drag. Yeah. I am curious about that. Because I genuinely think that in the actual gay scene, as far as the gay scene that I'm from, in the Atlanta Latino scene, where it's just pretty much Latinos, it's mostly trans women that do drag. So I'm used to everybody being allowed to do drag. So hopefully, no, it wasn't too many people that told her she couldn't do drag.
Because she's doing a great job.
She's doing a great job. She's being amazing. She's showing that she is a top contender. And like you said, had she not messed up her lyrics, I definitely think she would have been top 2. I don't think she would have won because her lip syncing is awful. But she would have been up there.
Damn. Oh,
If you saw the last review, I pretty much make that clear. She
Yeah.
is my top contender to win. But looking at that lip syncing skills, she's not
For
the
sure.
best lip syncer. But you don't have to be a great lip syncer to be a great drag queen. I mean, there's different types of drag. But on that note, we'll go ahead and move on to the next girl. Hey, and our next girl
Is Conchita Bimbo's top contender, Candy Muse.
wow. Well, her daylight lady look, it was a miss. I just did not like it. It didn't give me daytime. It was just a bunch of cloth with some pretty jewels on top. Just wasn't my cup of tea.
I appreciate Candy saying that, you know, she wants to be a big girl that demonstrates that you are capable of bringing looks. And I think she is capable of doing that. Do I think she did that this episode? No, I do not think she did that at all this episode. I think the Dame look didn't go with the theme. I get it. It was supposed to be Victorian, like, hooker house mother.
You know,
But she went too out the box. The hair was interesting, but it didn't go with the actual outfit. It just didn't look appealing. It wasn't visually appealing.
in her head, it all fit in. And I suffer from the same thing. In my head, I have great concepts, but then when it comes down to it, I'm just like, people are like, what is that?
Yeah, I think that was one of those situations. Like, she had a concept that she had built in her head, and then she put it out in execution, and then when it walked down the runaway, I mean, you kind of looked at it like. But we can definitely talk about her nighttime vamp look, which was supposed to be a devil-like look. Very interesting take of it. It was a latex, as you say. It was very sexy. It fit her very nicely. It was more visually appealing than that first look. Definitely more visually appealing than her runway look. The horns were a little too small, for my opinion.
Definitely.
The hair, it was okay. But the makeup that she wore on the runway for that look looked really bad, in my opinion. I get it was supposed to be artistic and avant-garde. It just looked a hot mess. But again, that's just my opinion. And then that hole in the back, I know that she said that it was supposed to be like a tail. I would have went with the punches and said, oh, you know, it was supposed to be a glory hole. But that looked bad. When she turned around, that looked really bad.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what it was. It looked like, I don't know what it was.
I actually thought her zipper had broke.
Yeah.
I thought her zipper had broke. But overall, out of her 3 looks, I think that was the most successful one. Now, her runway look,
It was, her mug was beautiful.
You
That
cannot-
face was beautiful, like, but neck down, it was just too basic, too simple. Compared to what the other girls were bringing, it was just too simple, especially at this stage of drag race. It's kind of like, you can do simplicity, but for me, that just didn't go all the way.
yeah, definitely. I get the concept. It was very cute. I don't think it was executed well. I'm not sure if lame was the best fabric to utilize for that type of concept that she wanted to bring to life. When I know it was supposed to be a cover-up, but the fluffy boobs were lopsided. And that was fixed, of course, once you see her Instagram picture. It looks even. But on the actual runway, it was very lopsided and it looked really bad. And when she opened it, similar to what Michelle said, you know, it's very nice to see that she's capable of showing off her actual body and she's comfortable in it.
And she can pull it off.
Yeah, she can. She has the confidence to pull it off to make you feel like, oh wow, like that's beautiful, because it is beautiful. Everybody's bodies should be appreciated and loved, and it's amazing that she's doing that on television, because there's people watching out there that, you know, can relate to that and will respect her decision. But in general, the look was awful.
Yes,
I understood why she landed in the bottom. She should have landed in the bottom too had this been an elimination episode alongside with Got Mick, unfortunately. When she did that lip sync, when she did her verse, you couldn't understand it.
And she forgot, I guess, steps.
She forgot the choreo, and then she demonstrated it on her face. And I think as drag queens, that's one thing everybody knows not to do. When you mess up, you don't show it in your face, you keep it going. The audience doesn't know that you messed up.
And we've all been there.
Yeah, we've all been there. We've done that mistake. And again, we've all like shown it in our face.
And there was a lot of pressure, I think, just in her head. She was just in her head so much that she didn't want to mess up because she didn't want to end up going home. Just like on the first episode.
Like Dahlia.
Yes, and so it was just a lot of pressure.
She wouldn't have gone home. I'm sure it would have been her and Got Mick. She would have demolished Got Mick in the lip sync. But I mean, she got lucky. She got blessed. It was no elimination episode. So technically, she's not in the bottom. So in general, I would say 1 out of 3 successful looks. What about you?
0.5 out of 3 looks.
Okay.
I like the devil look. I liked it. But just I like portions of it, but I just think
He went on social media and stated that he did a list of all the queens and stated that Candy Muse was at the bottom of the looks, and Candy Muse replied to him and told him not to tag him in that dumb ass shit.
ooh, hopefully she doesn't see this either. Because she should probably come for me again. But we still love her. We still don't support her.
Most definitely. I still think she's a top contender.
Yeah, she has.
I think she's gonna make it very far top 5 possibly.
Yeah, I think she has better looks coming most likely.
Yeah, of course. All right, on to the next girl.
It's Lala Ree from Atlanta, Georgia.
From Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, so definitely very much well loved. But if we talk about her first day look, it was more Fashion Nova rather than Ferragamo. More Zara, less Prada. It definitely looked like something that you can buy off the rack, more ready to wear.
Very pedestrian, streetwear. Just
It just wasn't a successful look in comparison to the high caliber of looks that were brought by some of the other girls. Was it a pretty look? Yeah. Did she look beautiful? Yes. Was she up to par in that first theme with some of the other girls? Unfortunately, she wasn't. Now, if we take into consideration her second look, her vamp look, now that's definitely a more updated look. It was, like she said, it was very good pleather that looked like leather. The undershirt looked really nice with the whole outfit in general. Her hair, she gave you the visual of the type of girl that you see at the club that's ready to party. That's the life of the party. That's gonna have a good time. So I was more in love with the second look.
yes, definitely the second look was the best look from those two, and it just looked very sexy. She sold it. She has this confidence in this smile that she walks with, and then she just sells you into this fantasy, and it's
Different. Do I think that look would have worked on somebody else? Probably not. I think somebody else would have been clocked for it looking too basic. But I think on her, with the level of confidence that she has, the way
her
that
height, her body
the
proportion.
way that she's starting down that runway, and how beautiful her makeup is, it just goes into consideration that personality can elevate a look like times 10, and she did that with just her personality in that look on its own. Now we talk in regards to the LeMay look. I personally was a fan of that look. I thought it looked very beautiful. I thought it was one of the best looks on there in regards to that theme. It looked very Dynasty from that old soap opera. Not the new version, the old version. What did you think?
I like the top part. I don't know what it was with the pants that I had an issue with. I don't know, it was just like the color that was coming off. I don't know what it was. It's just something about the pants was a little bit off for me. But the top part just looked beautiful.
So did you like it or you didn't like it?
I liked it, but just the pants might something a little bit differently with the pants. I'm not sure. Just the pants were just a little bit off, in my opinion. The top part, everything else, waist up, looked beautiful.
Yeah, definitely. I can overlook the pants. I mean, I get what you're saying. It kind of seemed like two different tones of gold, perhaps, or it may just have been the lighting. But in general, it didn't bother me enough. I thought it was a successful look. And if we're talking in regards to how well she did on the actual challenge, I mean, her verse was killer. Her confidence was killer. Her moves were killer. What did she do on that stage was kill everybody else. So I think she possibly could have deserved top 2. But I do think her mini challenge just goes to show that the mini challenge is taken into consideration here, and that's possibly why she was in top 2, because of that first look just not being up to par, and then that second look being very beautiful. Perhaps the judges didn't think it was to such high caliber that the other top two girls that were there with her had.
Yeah, definitely. So top 3, top 4, just because of based off the other girls' runways.
Yeah.
And what our next girl?
Our next girl is Olivia Lux.
Miss Olivia Lux with a little purse.
Miss Olivia Purse Lux. She definitely has a shtick with these little purses going on.
And they're very cute. And they go with every outfit. So what do you think of the first outfit?
I loved it. It was 60s. It was a mod dress similar to what Simone wore last on the entrance week. Same style, but hers this time around had feathers and it had sleeves. So I thought it was a very successful, beautiful look. The colors were gorgeous. The yellow, the pale olive green with the purple and the ginger wig. And the accessories were all nice, from her glasses to the tiny purse. It was just a very well put together look. It could have been seen as simple, but something in the way that she carried it and the fabric choices and the feathers just took it up to a whole another level.
Oh yeah, definitely. The way she walks with it with confidence and a little joy, it just sells the whole fantasy. And that smile. I think the smile just sells it completely, I think, as well.
Now, what did you think about her vamp look?
Her vamp look was sexy. Loved it. It was that girl at the club that you can see from far away but don't come up and talk to. Beautiful.
Yeah, RuPaul definitely said, give me H.O. And I think she definitely did that. The colors were gorgeous. They were very sexy and sultry. I think she looks like that woman that you see at the hotel, at the bar, and you know that she's possibly a lady of the night that you could rent, and a rich man will do it. So she gave me that fantasy, so I loved it. But what did you think? And she had a little tiny purse again, except this time it was black, so that was nice. What did you think about the LeMay look?
It was a good look. The colors was nice, the wig was nice, the accessories was nice, but it wasn't the favor of the night. You know, definitely there was a couple things that were off, but I think it was just the shape, the way it was holding on the body. And it was probably just because of the fabric. I've never worked with LeMay, so I don't know exactly.
Never saw him.
Yeah, but I've never had it on either. That's what I meant. So I've never had LeMay outfits, so I don't know how it feels like or how it hugs the body. But that's my only thing I could see.
I thought it was lame. I thought her LeMay was lame. It just looked awful. It looked like a bodysuit with the little wraparound. Her hair was amazing. Her jewelry was beautiful. But besides that, it was just a really bad look in my opinion. I think Olivia is a top contender as well to be in the final 5. But I think her final look that she actually presented on the runway was far weaker than what she presented on the mini challenge. And I think that was rather unfortunate. But then again, it's my opinion.
That is your opinion. Very much your opinion.
And clearly the judges disagreed. I mean, the judges loved it. They loved what she did on the challenge, and I can agree with that. I mean, her challenge was amazing. I think her lyrics were a little forgettable. I think they were done very nicely, but in general, she didn't say anything iconic that I'm like, I remember the verse, because I don't. I remember her looking beautiful with that hair and her little outfit.
Fringe.
Yeah, and during the entire performance, she was definitely eye-catching, and she was very captivating. So I think her top 2 spot was very much well-earned.
No, yeah, she did really good, and she's showing versatility outfit-wise as well. She's just showing you different silhouettes back to back, and I'm loving it. So,
yeah, she's showing that you don't need to do drag a long time to be a top contender on Drag Race. So I mean, we'll keep an eye out on her. Whatever she's presenting, whatever she has presented thus far is of great caliber, and I don't see her going down anytime soon.
And when COVID's over, I'm definitely gonna go see her.
Okay, let's move on to our next girl. Okay, and our next girl is Miss Simone. What did you think about her look?
It was beautiful, very beautiful, very fashion runway. The colors were beautiful. The wig was beautiful. She just looks amazing.
It's just beautiful, huh?
It's just beautiful. It just was beautiful. She can pull it off. She knows how to pull everything off. She just is beautiful.
Okay, well, I'll give it more in depth
Definitely.
discussion into that. I think in general it was a very beautiful look, a reference to
Beautiful.
the 80s. It was an 80s power suit. The colors were very interesting. I think in general, they may seem a little tacky, but the way that they were placed and the way that she carries them came across very cohesive and very high-end, very couture. She looked like a woman that is a business owner. She has a lot of money. She'll step on your neck, and she's ready to do whatever it takes to take control of the company.
I wouldn't say step on your neck, maybe push you off the escalator, but
I think she has the same similar capability that a person like Utica has, where the patterns may be too much and may be maybe a little tacky sometimes, but they are capable of pulling them off. Is it because it's fashion, or is it because they're skinny? Who knows? That's up to you to decide. What did you think about the second one?
I wasn't a big fan of the second one. Neck up was beautiful. Hair, makeup, she just looked beautiful. But just the outfit itself, it kind of looked disconnected. It was two different textures. I just wasn't understanding or grasping the references, if there was any references. I was just not a big fan of it. Just,
yeah, there may be some references that we may not understand, or it may not appeal to us, but visually to me as well, I agree, it wasn't a very nice look in my opinion. It looked like tattered pieces of fabric just placed on her. Are they gonna look nice? Of course. As earlier stated, she is capable of pulling off anything. So anything in general, I think, is gonna look really good on her. Yeah, the walk.
Like she can walk like a model. She just sells it.
Yeah, she's gonna sell it to you, and you may buy it. It just wasn't a product that I wanted to buy. She came knocking at my door. She showed me the product. I slammed the door on her face, and I said, "Not today, not today. I'm not buying it."
I want to say I almost bought it, and then I kind of looked at it and I was like, "Oh, yeah, this is not for me."
Oh yeah, definitely. I opened the door and I peeked and I saw the hair and I saw the makeup. I was like, "Wow, what is she selling?" And then I opened the door and I looked down. And I was like, "Oh no, ma'am." It was like a Jehovah's Witness. You can just close the door on them. But what did you think about the third LeMay look?
It was a really refreshing take of for the runway. She knew that no one else was probably gonna go down this route, and she went with it, and she sold it. She sells everything like we stated, and it looked beautiful. The little French braids, I guess they're called. I'm not sure what they're called exactly. Look nice and just work with the outfit really well. Even the little cut up here that she put on.
Yeah, that was very cute. She looked into the details. She paid close attention to the details. It was a very different take on what we were seeing everybody else do, dresses. So it was nice to see that she showed us her ability to not necessarily only be visually fashionable, but she was also capable, in my opinion, to be very campy with her looks. So I think she's gonna be able to bring us a lot of different things this season, and I look forward to seeing everything that she brings. Once again, top contender for the crown. In my opinion, I think she's gonna go very far, similar to her drag sister Gigi Good. So maybe she'll take the crown home to the House of Avalon. I mean, she was repping them today with her little look. What else is there to say? Simone is gorgeous. We hated that second look. It was awful. It was not to our tasting.
So beautiful. She's so skinny. I wish I was skinny like that. Oh,
Yeah.
she just looks amazing.
You gotta hate the skinny girls. But we love Simone here. We love Simone here. All right. Well, let's go ahead and talk about our next girl. All right.
And our next girl is from New York, Tina Burner. I mean, Nina. Oh, Tina, never mind. Inside joke, if you watched the show. But what do you think of her look?
The first daytime look was very beautiful. I think the fabrics that she utilized were nice. It was gorgeous. It looked beautiful on her. The hair, it showed us that she's capable of being very womanly. What did you think?
Amazing. I loved it a lot. It was very campy. The oversized bows. It was cute. I loved it. You know, it was a bunch of different fabrics, all shimmery, tulle. I loved it. She's just giving us more firefighter references with the fire.
Yeah, and I definitely continued into that second look. The orange, red, yellow. She looked like red. At this point, I think I was just getting tired of whatever she was presenting. Was it nice? It was gorgeous. It looked well done, but it wasn't a very beautiful look. It was too simple for my personal liking. She looked like those people that just wear the little harnesses to the club
At
and
the
go
circuit,
out at the circuit parties.
Yeah.
Flapping
At the Circuit City girls.
those circuit, the circuit gays with the fan. I definitely could see her at one of those parties.
I actually thought it was very refreshing. She gave us kind of sex, and she hasn't given us sex from the first couple of looks she's given us, and I just loved it. And the little, I guess the braid, right? It's a long ass braid. She was just going. I guess braids are in this whole season. Everyone's just giving us
Everyone's
braids.
really enjoying braids.
I guess there was a discount going on.
Trend alert braids.
But yeah, I loved it.
Just like me, the judges were clearly getting very bored and tired of her shtick of red, yellows, and orange, because she also did that freaking jumpsuit for her challenge that was just looking like Power Ranger, discount Power Ranger. I hated it. So it was really nice to see her switch it up. It was really nice to see her switch it up finally and do a Camp Tin Man fashion look. I think she decided to switch it up at the perfect time, because I think everybody was getting annoyed of it. It was high end, it was fashion, it was couture. What did you think?
I can see that everyone else was getting tired of it. I actually was loving the shtick of the red, yellow, and orange. I wasn't a big fan of it, actually, the little Tin Man. I just don't know. Yeah,
Well, yeah, it's okay. Everybody doesn't have taste.
I have amazing taste.
It
was just I didn't like it. Something off. I did like the purse, the little axe. That was really cute.
The accessories were really nice. The little axe purse, and then that final reveal of the heart.
Oh, never mind. That part was really good.
Yeah, it was captivating. It was well done. She did it at the correct time, and I mean, hopefully she's done with the shtick, because I am personally done and tired of it.
She is not done with the shtick. She's gonna give us more of that shtick.
And she can shove that shtick on the way home.
And you love that.
Okay, well, on to our final girl.
Our final girl, Elliot with 2 T's. What do you think of the first look?
It was interesting. It wasn't a bad look. She had the beret, she had the dress, she had the foxtails, she had the little corset. It was just a little bit too much.
There was something extra. I don't know what it was.
I think the cut of the length of the dress was very awkward. And then also, I think one of the biggest problems that you can also somewhat see in the second look, her Lady Vamp look, which I thought it was a very successful look. It was very gorgeous. That one was more beautiful than her first one. And unfortunately, I don't think she wears enough makeup. You can still see somewhat of a man's face. But that's just my opinion.
No, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, the first look, there was something off about it. It was a pretty look, but something off. I was just because I think the length of it was off. It's kind of like I don't know, just it ended at an awkward
spot.
Yeah. Second look, it was beautiful. Loved it. The huge hat. It was just beautiful. I loved it. But I could definitely see that you can still see kind of the regular face he has as a guy when he does drag. But I think his third look, he was able to execute it a lot better. I think he probably contoured it.
He contoured way more in that third look. It had an asymmetric skirt, which you don't always get to see. So I loved it. The third LeMay look was such a beautiful take on LeMay. The colors were really nice. Her hair was really nice. It was just all put well together. I think it was one of her most beautiful looks that we have seen so far, especially in comparison to her entrance look that we saw earlier on. She's showing us that she does have some looks in her closet, so makes you a little excited to see what else she's gonna bring. She was really good in the challenge.
Yes, she was hiding that secret.
She did not want to let the girls know that she was a dancer.
Because once they put you in charge, they blame you and you go down on that
I
bottom.
think she was a little smart to do that. When she pounded her punani into the floor, that was amazing.
It was a bounce to it. It was like a boom, boom.
Yeah,
boom.
yeah. I felt some pain in areas looking at her. So it was nice to see that she was able to redeem herself in front of RuPaul and the judges because, I mean, they didn't get to see much of her. They just saw one lip sync. They sent her home. She got
And
sent
then
home.
everyone else.
Sent her home. So she got sent home 3 times. I mean, how you must feel some type of way after that. So it's nice to see that she showed RuPaul what she has and what she's going to bring. And hopefully, you know, as the audience, you got to see that a little bit more because I think...
Everyone's, you know.
I think everyone's kind of looking down on her. I mean, she said it herself. She's the least followed drag race girl right now in this season. But, I mean, she's going to bring stuff. You can tell. You can tell she wants to be there. So hopefully she goes a little bit far. I don't think she'll go too far. But I think she will go as far as she possibly can.
Yeah, I think she's very shy, I think. I think that's what's also missing. She needs to, like, pop up a little bit more. Now let's go with our final thoughts. What did you think of the episode and the final lip sync?
I think the top 2 girls were well deserved. I think
Absolutely.
Gottmik could have been top 2, but her performance definitely should have landed her in bottom 2 alongside with Candy. Lala Ray deserved to be in top 2, but unfortunately one of her looks, if not maybe 2 of the looks, just may not have been seen as very strong to the judges. Whereas Miss Simone, apparently they loved all 3 of her looks. They loved her in the challenge and your girl Olivia.
All the looks and the challenge. So 2 well-deserved top 2 girls.
Now, what did you think about that lip sync?
I love. First of all, y'all know already that I'm a fan of Olivia. I definitely think she deserved to win. She gave us some comedic stuff, some dramatic moments, and I live for that personally. So, you know, compared to Simone, who's a lot more subtle, very kind of sexy, kind of like just walking around, which is beautiful, but I get personally pulled over to the comedic type of route.
Yeah, Olivia was giving you that New York shtick of like the gofiness, the theatrics, the razzle dazzle, and it just looked bad on this lip sync. I mean, it was Dua Lipa.
Dua Lipa has bad luck on the show, and we got the Ken doll and salt and vinegar's what's vinegar?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was a Dua Lipa song. It was supposed to be sexual. I mean, it was moving, and she was over there. It just looked bad to me. It didn't make sense with the song.
Wow.
You could definitely do that with some songs and pull it off for a song that may not be. I don't think she was successful in it. Do I think it was good? Yeah, it was a good lip sync for her. Do I think she was more captivating than Simone? I don't think she was more captivating than Simone.
And then everyone has taste.
I'm glad you know you don't have taste. And Simone has a similar lip sync style to Miss Gigi Good, where they're not necessarily the biggest of stunt girls, but there's something about them that is just very captivating. It may just be that they're tall and skinny. It may just be that. But Simone definitely has that thing where she may just be walking around. She may just be moving the hands. And no matter what, she's telling you, look at me. And you're doing what she's telling you. You're looking at her. And I think RuPaul caught that. There's something about her. There's star quality there. And I think she was the rightful winner of that lip sync.
$5,000.
$5,000. Would have been nice to see Miss Lala Ree up there. I think she would have beat Simone. But unfortunately, that's not the way the cookie crumbled here. And Simone beat Miss Olivia Lux.
And no one went home.
No one went home. Had it been the bottom 2, though, it would have been Candy versus Gottmik. And I stand by my earlier statement. Would have been Miss Gottmik's final episode.
Yeah, but luckily that didn't happen, and we got to see more of
And
them.
we get to see more of 2 strong contenders, which are Miss Gottmik and Miss Candy Muse.
And I forgot all about the other girls. Like, there's such a strong cast in just these 6 girls.
Yeah, it's definitely a strong cast just within these 6 girls. So it'll be interesting to see what our next girls bring, because these 6 girls have brought it to you. And I mean, we'll see if the other girls live up to the hype that these girls have. But overall, the episode was
Good.
It was good. I mean, it was entertaining.
I wish there was a little bit more drama.
We got to meet the girls a little more. I think Candy Muse was a little
In her head.
in her head, and I think being so
Elliot
much
T.
into her head
Elliot
made her
started it.
be somewhat a little mean. You know, it's kind of like that saying when like people are insecurely projected onto other people, and I think she was definitely taking it out on Elliot. But I also think Elliot, you know, you don't know this girl. You might
Poking the bear.
You poking the bear. Don't get mad when you get dragged. I mean, had she jumped him, pounced, and slapped her, that would have been fair too.
Oh.
All right. Well, this has been it for this episode. Thank you for being here.
Okay, listen. Thank you for having us.
If you like something, if you hated something, let us know. Comment, like, subscribe.
And follow us on our social medias. Yes.
All right. 안녕하세요.
Bye.
God, I hate Drag Race.
No padding, luckily.